Which diet should I go on? I get this question quite a bit, per email, and I always answer it the best I can. But I want to go ahead and just do an overview in this video because it's apparently something that a lot of people are wondering about. Now, first of all, if you're trying to go ahead and follow one of my diets, okay, I'm assuming that you are trying to really optimize yourself, whether it's your appearance, whether it's your performance, whether it's your health. You're really trying to get an extreme result. You're not trying to, just lose a little bit of weight or try to be a little bit less fat or a little bit more fit or a little bit more healthy. You're trying to really fucking get ripped or really fucking get stronger, really fucking get big or big and ripped, okay? Or you're really trying to maximize your athletic performance. So let me go ahead and just say that if you're not, okay, just look at the free shit on my channel, on my YouTube channel, especially about the steak and eggs diet. It's a really, really simple diet, okay? It's pretty good if you want to, even if you want to work out a little bit, it's a really good diet, okay? And like I said, I put out all the information for free, and that's the best thing for someone who's not serious. Now, let's say that you are serious, okay? There are two different ways to do this. Okay, first of all, if you're doing like some really, really, really high intensity stuff where you just go balls to the wall, doing some like sprints, repeat sprints, burpees, and I'm not talking about a few burpees at the end of your work. I'm talking about if you're really fucking killing it, really trying to get an extremely, extremely high level of explosive anaerobic endurance, okay, repeat sprints, or like I said, really high intensity hitting the mats, hitting the mitts if you're a boxer or a kickboxer or something like that, then I suggest you use a targeted ketogenic diet, okay, like my anaerobics diet 3.0. That will give you, right before and right after your workout, it will give you some carbs, okay, just enough to get you through the workout, because when you work with high intensity like that, when you're really like sprinting, giving it 100%, you use a completely different energy source, and the best fuel for that kind of activity is going to be glucose, hands down, okay? And I love keto and I love low carb, but the fact of the matter is you just don't perform as well, especially over a longer period of time, unless you have like some glucose, okay, some glycogen in your muscles. So if you are a really high performing athlete who does really high performance anaerobic stuff, I suggest you check out the Anaerobics Diet 3.0. It's a targeted ketogenic diet, okay? Now, everybody else, okay, who wants to train really hard, but who is not a high performing like professional type athlete, okay, what I suggest you guys do is a low carb cutting or bulking diet, okay? And in my program, Low Carb Cutting and Bulking, I've packaged 4 different diets together, okay? One of which is the pure protein diet, and one of which is a low G-flux, low carb, lean bulking diet. And I think between those two, just about everyone can get whatever body they want, okay? Whatever physique they want, okay? Whatever performance they want, okay? So, not knowing who's going to be watching this video, okay, what I'm assuming is you have to lose body fat, okay? If you want to look good, the best, fastest way to look good is to lose body fat, I was at the beach a few weeks ago, and I didn't see anybody who was really in shape, except for like me and my girlfriend, and there were a couple guys that had some muscle, but like, whatever, they weren't really in good shape. The one guy that I saw that was in shape, and the one girl that I saw was in shape, is they were both young kids, early 20s, late teens, whatever, and they were very lean. The girl had like a very flat stomach, okay? She was skinny, she had like no real shape to her, but she had like a really nice flat stomach, and the guy had like a six-pack, like a skinny guy's six-pack, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is not that you should just starve yourself and, look like a, heroin addict or look like a runway model. What I'm saying is, just by losing fat, you will automatically look better and look more muscular, especially like right now. It's the the end of May, okay, end of May. You want to look good for summer. If you drop 5 pounds of fat, I guarantee you the muscle definition that will show afterwards, people will swear that you gained 10 pounds of muscle, okay? The fastest way to to gain 10 pounds of muscle is to lose 5 pounds of fat, and you'll look like it, believe me. So that's one thing. Okay, the pure protein diet will do that very quickly. Okay. Another thing is if you have a whole lot of fat to lose, the pure protein diet is good. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the pure protein diet for people who have a whole lot of fat to lose is because I've had this experience with people who self-proclaimed are not good at dieting. They say themselves they are not good at dieting, and guess what? They do very well on the pure protein diet. It is, I'm not going to say it's my version because I created it myself and then I found out about some other diets later, but a diet that it's somewhat similar to is PSMF, protein sparing modified fasting. And what it basically, that is like a true pure protein diet. You know, basically PSMF is, it's a starvation diet where you eat protein, okay, and it will allow you to spare most of your muscle mass, and it really sucks, and it's basically a starvation diet, and you probably shouldn't do that unless you got a doctor supervising you. My pure protein diet has more fiber, more calories, and more fat in it, which means that you can stay on it for a longer period of time, actually build muscle sometimes, okay, while you're on it, and you lose fat very rapidly, but it's not a starvation diet, okay? Now, the thing about this for somebody who is very lean, okay, wants to lose the last 5 or 10 pounds, you'll do that very quickly because it's a fast diet. Now, if you're already fairly lean going onto it, you're probably pretty disciplined, you're probably pretty good at dieting. Now, for the people who are extremely overweight, and who are, self-proclaimed not good at dieting, you're eating all day. Okay, now it is low carb, and it is relatively low fat, and it's high protein, and it's low calorie. But the fact is, you are literally eating all day. So if you're very overweight and you have a lot of fat to lose, that means it's easier to lose fat, okay, which is important for a couple things. First of all, if you have a lot of weight to lose, you got to lose it fast, or you're going to lose your motivation. You're not going to be able to lose a half a pound or a pound a week for 100 weeks in a row, okay, to get down to being overweight from obese, okay? You want to lose weight very quickly. And it's going to be easier in the beginning to lose a lot of weight if you have more body fat, because it's more easy for your body to just use that body fat. And like I said, I've done this with people who they themselves said they're obese, and they themselves said they're not good at dieting, and they loved it, and they didn't even really get hungry because they had so much body fat on them that it was easy to burn it for fuel. Okay, so like I said, basically, it's a fast diet if you are trying to, like I said, if you just have a few pounds to lose, you're probably pretty disciplined already, so you can tough it out and do a diet that's not exactly pleasant for a couple weeks to get down to the body fat you want to be at, and then you transition slowly out of it. And I do, in the pure protein diet, I do cover how to do, fat cycling, where you have days where you have more fat, how to slowly transition, reverse diet out of the pure protein diet. So you lose weight on the pure protein diet, and then you keep it off as you transition into a diet you can stay on for longer, okay? So like I said, basically, if you only have a couple pounds to lose and you're good at dieting, pure protein diet will allow you to lose it quickly, and you're disciplined enough. And if you have a lot of weight to lose, it will help you lose the weight quickly, which keeps you motivated. And since you have so much weight to lose, it is easier actually to stay on this diet than it is for someone who's leaner, okay? Now, a lot of people ask this, should I bulk or should I cut? And I always say that you should, like I said, I say you should lose body fat first, unless you're already lean and you want to bulk, or you're like the 98-pound weakling from the old Atlas cartoons, where you literally are just skin and muscle, skin and bones, and you need to fucking bulk up. Then yes, go on a lean bulk, of course. But in general, if you're asking the question, should I cut or should I bulk, I suggest you lean up first. You'll look a lot better, and you can use that as a base. So like I said, basically go on the pure protein diet, get lean first, okay? Then when you're lean, start fat cycling, transition slowly out of the pure protein diet, then you're in a normal keto diet, and you can decide what you want to do from then. Because like I said, I got the question from a guy. He and his girlfriend just got my low carb cutting and bulking diet. They wanted to know which diet to go on. And the thing is, I weigh so and so many pounds right now, and I want to get down to so many pounds, and I'm at so much body fat now, and I want to get down to so much body fat. A couple of things. First of all, you don't really know if getting down to the weight you want to get at will get you as lean as you want to be. Like I said, I did this before. The very first time that I ever cut weight in my entire life, You know, I was like 200 some odd pounds, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get down to 187. It was for a martial arts competition. I'm gonna get down to 187. I'm gonna be ripped. I got down to like, you know, 190. I was fat as fuck. I was like, holy shit, I need to go even lower. It was an amateur competition. It was in Europe. They were using kilos. I had to go from 187 down to 167. So I was like, Jesus, I got another 20 pounds to lose after I'd been on a diet. So basically, like I said, I was just way the hell off with how much I had to lose. And I went from well over 200 pounds down to 167. And I looked awesome because I was so lean. I was skinny, but I was lean as all hell. So I looked muscular. I was nothing but pure muscle. I had, like I say, the bad guy from a kung fu movie. I had that kind of a body on me. So what I'm, you know, and I've seen this before. Like I said, you know, I get a guy with, you know, weighs 250. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get down to, or 225, 250. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get down to 200 pounds and I'm gonna be ripped. Dude, you know, right now I've been busting my ass. I've been throwing on all kinds of muscle. I weigh 100 and I weigh like 200 pounds, you know, a little bit less maybe, and I'm not fucking ripped to shreds. So, you know, I really doubt, like I said, most people who underestimate how much fat they have to lose and overestimate how much muscle they have. But what I'm saying is, if you concentrate on getting as lean as possible, first of all, you might realize that you don't need as much muscle as you think you need in order to look good. You know, there's a guy I was looking at in Instagram. I'm like, that guy's in pretty good shape, like really good shape. I'm like, damn, I mean, whatever. And then of course, you know, in the comments, somebody asked him, you know, how tall he was and how much he weighed. He was an inch taller than me and 15 pounds lighter than me. And I thought this guy was, you know, in awesome shape. So, you know, he is in awesome shape. What I'm saying though is, you know, because of the fact that he was so lean, you know, so muscular, he looked really fucking good, even though, like I said, he was an inch taller than me and 15 pounds lighter than me. Okay, so what I'm basically trying to get at here is, you know, you don't know until you actually get there where you want to be. So what I suggest most people do is they go on the pure protein diet, they get lean. Don't look at the scale, don't look at your waist measurement, don't look at anything, just look at the mirror. And when you get down to the point where you're like, yes, this is as lean as you want to be, then you stay there. Okay, transition out of the diet. Okay, do the reverse dieting, the fat cycling that's in the low carb cutting and bulking, you know, in the pure protein diet, and then decide what you want to do. You might want to just maintain your weight. You might be happy where you're at. You might want to get bigger. Okay, you might want to get stronger. In which case, you go on a low G-flux lean bulking diet, which means, you know, it's still keto, and you go ahead and you start bulking. Now, the good thing about the way I set up low carb cutting and bulking, they are all low carb diets, which means you don't have to go from eating carbs to eating rubbish to eating clean to eating dirty to you know, to eating keto or whatever. They're all keto based. So the point is, you can go from the you know, use the pure protein diet, transition into a standard keto diet, transition from that into one of the low carb lean bulking diets, start getting bigger, start building muscle, start building strength. If something happens that for some reason you do put on more fat than you want to, you don't have to get yourself fat adapted because you already are on keto. You can go from, you know, from a low carb bulking diet, do a mini cut on the pure protein diet for a week, you know, and lose the 5 pounds, maybe more pounds, more than 5 pounds. You'll get lean again and then go right back into bulking. I like that because what that does is it gives you a break. You know, I mean, if you're throwing around heavy ass weights and eating a lot of food and stuff like that and killing yourself in the gym, it's good sometimes to kind of go ahead and cycle back and do like a, you know, do like a cut for a week or two, not push it so hard in the gym, not have to eat so much food. You cut the fat that you wanted to cut, and at the same time, you know, it gives your body a break, and then you go right back into the lean bulk. So like I said, definitely everybody, you know, unless you're really skinny, everybody should go ahead and cut fat, especially right now, it's May. Cut fat, get as lean as you fucking want to be, and then decide what you want to do from there. And like I said, the best way to do it for most people, unless you're a high performing athlete, in which case definitely check out my Anaerobics Diet 3.0. But if you're not a high-performing professional level athlete, then I suggest you go ahead and just check out low carb cutting and bulking. Like I said, it's 4 different diets. You know, they work all very well together. and it gives you everything that you need really for the rest of your life. So go ahead, if you're watching this on Instagram, check out my profile, Low Carb Cutting and Bulking, and if you're watching this on YouTube, the link's gonna be right below the video. Check out the diets and see if that's not exactly what you need to get in shape for this summer.